Hey family, Pastor Mel again. Here we are for our day 15 teaching in week number 3. This is the last teaching of the week. We're going to go back and absorb all of it. We want you to really saturate your mind with everything we've covered already. In day 11 we began talking about the subject of joy. If we're going to be emotionally prosperous, we can't leave joy out. Nehemiah said, the joy of the Lord is my strength. You need joy. But what about peace? I want you to take some time to bathe in God's presence, because as we said, not only does he give peace, but he's the God of peace. He's the Prince of Peace, Jesus said. So the thing of it is, we must operate in joy, in peace. But then we talked about on the 13th day, we talked about fortitude. That's your fort inside of yourself. That's the barrier that you have to keep the wrong things out and the right things in. And then on just yesterday, we began to cover the fact that not only do you need joy, not only do you need peace, not only do you need fortitude, but you need hope. And our hope, as the songwriter has said, should be built in nothing less than Jesus Christ and his righteousness. But here we are on day 15, and we're talking about tenacity. How tenacious are you? Are you willing to just easily give up? Do you let things go easily? Here's the problem. The things that we should let go of, we hold on to them for dear life. And the things that we're supposed to hold on to, we let those things go so easily. We need to learn to be tenacious about the right things. There's some grit, there's some grime, there's some getting into the dirt, getting into the trenches involved in our faith. Whoever told you it was going to be easy? Whoever told you it was going to be a cakewalk, a piece of cake? No, not so in the body of Christ. If you're truly going to follow after God, there's some things that you're going to have to be tenacious after. There's some people, they have really been counting on talent rather than tenacity. And let's just be honest. Maybe with your talent that God has given you, your talent has taken you so far. But to get to the next level, man of God, to get to the next level, woman of God, not only are you going to have to rely on your talent, but you're going to have to become much more tenacious. You're going to have to get into the nitty-gritty. You're going to have to fight for what you want. You're going to have to fight to get to where God said for you to be. Joseph had to learn these principles. Here he was a brother very gifted, very talented. God gave him a vision. God gave him a dream. But Joseph had to fight some things. Watch this. He had to fight against some of the things that his family thought about him. Positions they put him in. Like that pit. Like being sold as a slave. That's what they did to him. But then we don't always get the account by just reading the text alone. But you can only imagine the fears, the doubts that were in his mind at one time or another. Maybe what they said was true. Maybe what God said won't come to pass. Maybe I was just tripping. Joseph had his own fears he had to overcome. He had his own doubts he had to deal with. But in spite of it all, he had to learn to be tenacious. The more tenacious we are, the more emotionally we can prosper. Because if we allow what other people have said to us, if we allow what our family even sometimes thinks of us to be the sole thing that guides our life, we are in for a rude awakening. You need to know who you are because of what God says. And as tenaciously as you know how, you need to hold on to that truth and fight for it and fight with it for your dear life. That's how Joseph lived his life. That's how you and I need to live ours. The more tenacious we are, the more emotionally we can prosper. And the more emotionally we prosper, the more intellectually we prosper, the more spiritually we prosper, the more we are prepared to live a prosperous life.